This is the intro jingle. This is the K-Pop Daebak Show with Eric Nam. Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kpop Daebak Show. This is your host, Eric Nam. Welcome to the show. It is Mondays. On Mondays, we do Kpop Daebak Show where we talk about K-pop. So, hope you guys are doing well. And to get us started, you guys know the drill, but just in case you haven't done so already, please subscribe to us wherever you listen to your podcast from. Google, Spotify, Apple, whatever. And if you're on Apple, please leave us a nice rating and review. It helps us a lot, and it means a lot, and it shows us that you appreciate this great, wonderful, free content, right? I mean, it's free, so I mean, the least you could do is rate and review, right? That's what I think. But anyways, welcome to the show. Hope you guys are doing well. This episode, as well as all of our other episodes, highlights are available on youtube.com/divestudios. And if you want the full episodes and you want them ahead of time, you can go to Patreon, patreon.com/divestudios. And you can pay as low as like $3 a month. You support a great cause. Us creating this wonderful content for you guys. Anyways, welcome to the show, guys. Hope you guys have been well. Hope you had a great weekend. As you know, Mondays are the days that we do this. So hopefully this gets your week started off to a great start. Though I don't know how much days and weeks have any meaning anymore, because everything just tends to bleed into one another, doesn't it? That's fine. Anyways, I have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot of brand new releases that have just hit the K-pop market. The marketplace. Welcome to the K-pop marketplace. Doing really well. So we can jump into those. And yeah, before we do that, do I have anything to talk about? Not really. Like, it's I'm hungry. And if you guys are watching the video of this, you guys can probably tell that I look extra rough. I look rough. I woke up, you know those days you wake up and you're like, man, what happened to you when you slept? It's one of those days. And I don't know. I look rough. I'm just gonna say it. Everybody has those days. But it's okay. We're good. We're fine. Alright, so let's just get into it. We have a lot of brand new releases. The first artist for today, we are back with Taeyeon from Sonushide with the song called Happy. And the song is about happiness, feelings that you feel when you're with somebody that you love and that you like. The music video, if you haven't seen it, it's bright, it's cute. Though I will say, like, there was one scene where I wondered if it was like a video chat. It was like a Zoom call, G-chat kind of screen, and they just put like motion graphics on top of it. And it was to the point where I thought, was this intentional and originally part of the music video, or did they lose some of the content? Did they lose part of the video for that part, and so they had to like find a way to remedy that situation by having her shoot like it was a Zoom call and just like editing on top of it? I don't know. Either way is fine. It was just everything else was shot like very pastel, bright, beautiful, and then this one scene was on like a Zoom call looking, like a video call, FaceTime call looking thing. So I was like, oh, that's an interesting choice. It feels very current in terms of like where we're at as a society. But I just remember having that question to myself randomly in the back of my head. As expected of Taeyeon, she reached the #1 spot on all the different streaming platforms. And she recently won her solo Daesang, which is like the grand prize at the 29th Seoul Music Awards this past January. But yeah, Taeyeon is back, and I am personally such a big fan of her voice. I think she has a beautiful voice, and I think one of my favorite songs of hers is 1111. It's that guitar ballady song where it's just very simple, but the melody is just so nice, and it just sounds so pleasant. La da 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 da. It's 1111. But I just personally really love that song. I think that's my most favorite song of hers. But Happy, of course, was a great song as well. and it got me thinking, like, what are some other happy songs? You know, obviously there's the Red Velvet Happiness. That was their debut song. And there's Pharrell's Happy Because I'm Happy. But there's just certain songs that make you, that put you in a really good mood. And those songs are definitely in there. And it seems as if, like, just when it's about time for somebody to put a song about being happy out, someone does it. Like Pharrell, he did that. So nobody should have put a song out called Happy for a few years. It's been a few years. So Taeyeon did it. And then it'll be probably like 2-3 years. Somebody's going to put out a song called Happy. Maybe I should put out a song called Happy. The other thing that I thought was interesting about this song when it came to Taeyeon is that she has a song called Sage, right? We talked about it on the show before. And it was like 4 seasons. And in this song, the lyrics in this song as well have a lot to do with seasons. And I don't know what it is. It's just a lot of seasonal things and themes for her, where she does a lot with rain. There's a song called Rain that she has, and she has 4 seasons where she talks about like love in the moments of different seasons. And even in this song, Happy, she seemed to do a similar thing, talking about how, but this is kind of like the melting of the ice in the winter and like blooming and that kind of thing. So anyways, check it out. It's called Happy. It's available wherever you stream, and I'm sure if you're a big Taeyeon or Soyeon fan, then you guys have already been listening to it a lot. So I'm probably just repeating things that you already know. The really cool thing about Taeyeon, though, is that like she's so consistent. She's consistently just been doing really, really cool things as a solo musician for a few years now. And you know, we introduced her as Taeyeon from Soyeon, but now it's almost like that hyphen is gone, or that parentheses of Soyeon is gone. It's just Taeyeon. She's, I think, incredible. So next up, we have a new song from our boys Astro. It's called Knock 널 찾아가. So in case you don't know who Astro is a 6-member boy group from the company Fantasio. And Fantasio has Wikimiki and Ongsungu as well. And Fantasio, I think, traditionally was an actors company, so a lot of actors. And then a few years ago, they decided to try to do music. And so they did like a group called like Surprise, and had like a few actors in it. And they were trying to, I think the concept was to pretty much make it idol group, quote unquote, with actors. And it was pretty much like a marketing play for them to say like, oh, these are really good looking like idol group, but turns out they're all actors. And so I think they maybe put out like one song, and then it just became like everybody went on their own paths to do acting. But from that company, they have these groups. So Astra has 6 members: MJ, Jinjin, Chaeonu, Moonbin, Rocky, and Sana. And the song was also released on May 4th, the same day as Taeyeon's song. And it is the lead single off their EP, Gateway. And Rocky and Jinjin participated in writing the song, I imagine, from the rap portions, because they are the rappers. So the song is about trying to find somebody that they like or love. And, you know, chasing after this person and knocking on their door and trying to find them. So it's this love song where it's like, if I have you, everything is great, and every day is exciting, and we were amazing, and we look beautiful together, kind of thing. And then in the pre, it goes like, but I miss you, and I want you, and you are in my dream, and I'm trying to find you. And that's like the Starry Night kind of reference that they have, which leads into the galaxy theme that they have. So it's like a typical love song. I think the lyrics are, you know, like with most songs, they're love songs. It's just, how do you phrase it, and how do you write it in a way that's a great metaphor or analogy. And in this case, they used a lot of like dreams and stars and alternate universe kind of imagination kind of thing. But I personally really like this song. I think Astro is playing in that realm of like, it's K-pop boy band idol, but it's a little less like intense production EDM, more of like singability and melodic in that sense. Not saying that they don't have performance or anything. It's just sonically a little lighter, which I personally prefer because there are other groups who are so heavy on the EDM and so heavy on the production that it actually is very difficult for me to listen through to. But this song I thought was like very easy and pleasant on the ears. And I'm really, I'm sure I've talked about it before, but I'm really always excited when I see these guys come back because I've seen them since they debuted. And I remember sitting there, I think it was like Inkigayo on SBS or Music Bank, and not knowing who they were. But they came on stage because what happens is like when you're at these music shows, everybody is doing rehearsals, and like at KBS, everybody will sit there. I don't know why. I sleep in my room, in my dressing room. But all the other idol groups, they'll all sit there and watch everybody's performance from beginning to end. But I think I was watching probably at Inkigayo. I don't know. Or oh no, it was MBC Umak Jungshin Music Corps. That's where it was. They were rehearsing a few steps before me, so I went downstairs to wait. And as I was waiting, they performed. And my friends were their choreographers for it. My choreographers were their team at that time. So I was like watching them. I was like, oh wow, they're really good. Like they're brand new, but they have great energy and they work really hard and they dance like crazy. So if you guys don't know, like Rocky and Moonbin too, they're like crazy dancers. They dance so intensely that like as you watch, you're just like, how does your are your bones gonna break? Because mine would break. Mine would just snap in half, but theirs don't. I don't know. Maybe they're not human. Maybe they're Terminators, cyborgs, mayhaps. Anyways, all to say, I got to get closer to them like over the years as we promoted, and then like Jinjin, he featured on Can't Help Myself when I was doing the music shows. This is 17, 16, 17, I don't know. And that's when we got close. But over the past few years, we've stayed in touch, and we'll grab a drink every once in a while. But they're like the nicest kids, and I saw them when I was promoting honestly in Korea. I did like one radio show or two, and they were on the same show with me, so we talked and caught up for a while. But super nice kids, super hardworking, and it's always just good to see good people doing well. So if you don't know Astro as a group, you may know of Eunwoo, one of their members, because he's literally called in Korea 얼굴 천재. If you type him into like Naver or something, like it comes up as 얼굴 천재, and that literally means face genius. And the reason they call him that is to say that he's incredibly good looking. He is a very good looking dude. But he's been acting a lot. He's been on a lot of reality shows. He's been doing a lot of different things outside of Astro. But it's also really cool to see that, Astro is staying together and they're still promoting together, and they are still one unit. Because I think what is hard is when you have one member that stands out, doing like one thing more than other members, it's hard for people to like kind of stay on good terms and stuff. There are plenty of groups, like I won't name names or anything, but you guys probably know, but there are plenty of groups where one particular member does really well on a reality show or in acting, or he or she's incredibly attractive, so they do all these endorsements or something, and the other members are kind of stuck, like just kind of waiting and don't have work, but this one member will have all the work kind of thing. And I think that's definitely like still stands true for some groups these days. But what happens is those groups tend to split and fall apart, or they break up, or they get really, really onto bad terms with each other. But from my interactions with these guys and like having spoken to them like, and hung out with them on different occasions in different pairings of them. Like, they all seem to like really respect each other and like enjoy working together, which is great to see. So I'm always excited and I'm always cheering on Astro. So y'all keep doing your thing. I'm proud of you guys. So yeah. So one of the prompts that we have here from this song, Knock, 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 is if I were to travel in time to meet anybody, who would it be? I would travel to see Jesus, because we all know he's like an actual real person. He's a real figure in history, and like, I just want to meet the dude. I mean, it is God. I mean, it's Jesus. He is a everything, but like, I don't know. I think it'd be fat. I think I would love to do that. I don't know how it would feel once I did it, but like, yeah, that'd be cool. And the other prompt is, and this is because Unu recently became a fixed member of a variety program, Master in the House, 집사부일체, where it's Yang Seong and Isungi and I think Yukseongjae. And I don't know who's leaving or who's doing what, but I guess he just joined, according to the notes here. Fun fact is, apparently I was actually cast in that show. I did not know this, but my management said that I turned it down. I don't know if that's true. But they're like, no, that came into you and you said you didn't want to do it. I was like, why would I say I didn't want to do that? I'm pretty sure you may not have told me. And they're like, no. But I was like, all right, whatever. So the question here is, what variety show would you want to go on in Korea and why? Right now, honestly, in the past few years, there aren't like a ton of shows that I've like wanted to do. There's like one that I've really wanted to do, is called Begin Again. I've been wanting to do that for years, and apparently for season 2, I got asked to be on it, and like I wasn't available or something. I was traveling, or I was on tour, which really bummed me out. And then I was supposed to be on another show where we travel to another country and we cook food and stuff, but then COVID happened, so that got canceled as well. So I don't really know, like, it's been weird. Like, I've been in isolation now. It's been 2 months, guys. It's been 2 months since we've been on lockdown. So I haven't really paid attention to TV shows or things that are really going on in Korea. I feel like I have a hard enough time figuring out what's going on in my own life here in this bubble of mine and in the world with in the US. And so it's been hard to keep tabs on it. But when I go back to Korea, we'll see like if there are interesting shows out there. But if you guys want to let me know like what kind of shows you want to see me on, you know, that's definitely a place to start. Like, and hopefully we'll be able to do it one day. So yeah, anyways, that was Astro's Knock. Support them. Super nice kids. I spoke with Jinjin 3 days ago, actually. And they're just promoting, busy working. And we're going to catch up and grab a meal when I get back to Korea. So yeah, man, that's it. Next up, we have, oh, this is a big one. We have 8 by IU and Suga. This is a collaboration that has everybody excited. It's 2 amazing artists, IU and Suga, together. I was not aware of this, but IU recently signed with a company called Edam Entertainment, which is established by her manager of 12 years and has staff members from her previous company, Kakao M, and Kakao M, I guess, has Edam as a subsidiary. So the way I see it, it's probably all under the same company. It's just business-wise, it's restructured. So certain people own certain parts of different things in a new way. And it probably gives her a little bit more independence. But knowing, you know, Kakao M and Melon and all that kind of stuff, the music industry in Korea, like, I know they really support IU in whatever way they want to do stuff. I think, like, I was reading articles I think a few years ago where it's like she demanded that her staff members become like full-time employees of a company. And in Korea, that's a huge deal because if and I guess most places in the world, but if you become a full-time employee, then you get the benefits and you get the health insurance and all that kind of stuff. So I think IU is a great example of somebody who's very loyal and takes care of her people, and all of that has probably been very much shared in the news here and there. But anyways, beyond that, what we need to talk about is this song. It's called 8, and it was written and composed by Suga, IU, and El Capitan. And Capitan is Lee Jung-hee, and he's a friend of mine from my audition program. We were on the same season of it, and he was in the group History long ago. And History was also part of Lowen Entertainment at the time, which is aka Kakao M. So he was on the same company as IU. And they did this song called 금요일에 만나요 together. So it was IU and Lee Jung, and they did that song. One of my favorite IU songs. But he has been busy, Capitan has been busy working as a producer, composer at Big Hit. And he co-wrote the song with Suga and IU. And the song IU shared is about living life as a 28-year-old and like having these confessions and like thoughts. And if you read through the lyrics and if you listen to it, there's this kind of wistful nature to the song. And she said in an interview that this song is also like a true like statement and confession of like how she feels and how she is as a 28-year-old in Korea right now, which is why it's called 8. And there's a certain feeling of 무기력함 is what she said. Yeah, she did say that. She said there's a certain sense of 무력감과 무기력함. It's kind of like this feeling of like feeling powerless and like without strength in a way. So yeah, I think this song is, the lyrics in here, obviously, it starts off with, so are you happy now? Finally happy now, are you? And in the chorus, 우리는 오렌지 태양 아래 under an orange sun 그림자 없이 함께 춤을 춰 We dance without the shadows 정해진 이별 따위는 없어 아름다웠던 그 기억에서 만나 There's no like planned way to say goodbye. Let's meet in those beautiful dreams forever young. So for me, listening to this and reading this as somebody who's slightly older than them, it came across as like, this is someone who's achieved a lot. IU has achieved so many awards, so many accomplishments in terms of music and acting and dramas and everything. She's kind of done everything. She's a multi-hyphenate. And I'm sure like when you're into your late 20s, early 30s, you start asking yourself like, am I happy? Like I've done these things and I've tried these things and I've accomplished these things. And I thought these would make me happy. I thought this is the way to live life. I thought this was the way I had to approach my life to be happy, to be successful. But now that you've done them, now that you've tried them, are you happy? And I think in an interview that she did, that's kind of what she's talking about. She says in 28, like it could be herself, maybe it's a metaphor for herself, but there's a sense of 무기력함, and that's like feeling strengthless, powerless, and kind of like in a standstill, like you're just kind of bleh kind of thing. So I thought it was like a great song that's composed in a way that shares an honest emotion of kind of just dealing with the realities of life and how you're living, but then it's done on top of a production that is a bit brighter, a bit brighter, a bit poppier. It almost gave me like some early Taylor Swift vibes from like 7 to 10 years ago. But yeah, that's what the song is about. I personally like it. I think I really like the music video. I thought the music video was beautifully shot. It's shot by GDW. GDW is probably like my favorite music video production company in Korea. They shoot and create some beautiful content. So I thought it was amazing. So yeah, that's what the song is. In other news, 8, this song has, doing incredibly well, as you can imagine, on the charts when you have these two powerhouses come together. And IU will be featuring in a new film called Dream with actors Lee Hyun-woo and Park Seo-joon. And just a little update for BTS is they will be speaking and performing at YouTube's virtual graduation ceremony for 2020 graduates with the Obamas, Lady Gaga, Condoleezza Rice, Malala, and just amazing people. So it's pretty freaking cool. So the prompts here are, have I ever met IU or Suga of BTS? Yes, I have. IU, I think the first time I met her, this is really embarrassing, probably like 6-7 years ago. She asked for me to come and be, I don't know if she asked, I actually don't know, but I was asked to come MC a fan event for her on an entertainment show that I was emceeing at the time. And this is at a time where like my Korean was horrendous, and I don't know why they sent me, I don't know why they asked for me, but I felt really bad because my Korean, I was so nervous. A, I was meeting IU. B, it was in front of like 100 or so of her fans, and I'm supposed to be like doing stuff, and clearly I was just not good. I was not good. I'm supposed to be like emceeing this thing, and I just sucked at it. So it was really embarrassing for me. But IU was so incredibly nice. She was like very, how do you say? She was very considerate and accommodating of me, which I felt bad for. Like, this is not, it was like a complete role reversal, you know? Like, I should be the one leading the conversation and like taking care of her as an MC, but I clearly couldn't do that. But she was like, it's fine, you're doing great, take your time. And so I really appreciated that. Outside of that, like, I've never really run into her much or had anything to cross paths with her, but she's, I think, an incredibly talented musician, actress, in person. Yeah. In terms of Suga, I mean, I'm sure you guys probably all know that, yeah, we hang out. I had dinner with him right before I went on tour in LA. They were in town I think they were shooting a music video. I think that's what they were. They were shooting their music video, and I was just about to leave for tour. I was in LA, and we had some Korean food. And that's the last time I saw him. Good people doing good things, making good music. That's what life is about, isn't it? Anyways, that's today's K-pop Daebak Show. We did a lot of deep talking about these songs. Again, this is kind of a going back to a former format that we had on this show where we talk more about songs that have been recently released and not so much just about whatever I want to talk about. And I think part of that is some people really wanted to value and to understand and better understand songs. So this is why we've kind of gone back to this. Let us know in the reviews and the comments and the messages that you guys send us what you guys think. And if you like just me rambling about stuff, we have those on the mini midweek updates that come out on Thursdays where I just literally talk about nothing important. So last midweek update, I think I talked about my crisis about eating and drinking too much. So go listen to it if you're interested. Otherwise, yeah, stay tuned for this week's midweek update. We'll have more episodes of K-pop Daebak coming soon. We have some really cool guests coming on. We have Lauv coming on. We have some really cool people I actually can't share with you right now, but we have a lot of inbound requests for some really cool artists to come on the show to talk about music and life. So please stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe. Become a patron of ours, patreon.com/divestudios. Go check out our videos on youtube.com/divestudios. And have a great week, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, did you guys like that video? Then make sure you guys subscribe to Dive Studios YouTube channel and put your notifications on, because we got a lot more great content coming your way. Look at this video. See? Wow. And this is great too. Enjoy.